When discussing the term sack just a couple of days ago, I mentioned the term dumping the quarterback was used before sack became universally accepted slang in the sport. No dumping center was a staple of every kid who ever played playground or backyard football since about 1878. For those not in the know, no dumping center was a term that replaced the coin flip, since most of us didn't have coins to flip, and if we did, we certainly didn't bring them to a backyard game where I grew up. The big kids would have taken our money, and we would have deserved to have it taken. The idea that a kid with no helmet or pads would bend over with some other kid's hands between his legs was unthinkable. Thus, to dump the kid, that is, to throw his head down on the ground, jump over him, and then attack the quarterback, was against what few rules we had in those days. I bring this up because the local pro team, that would be the Texans, have the honor of their long snapper now being added to the all-pro team. Yes, John Weeks fans, he is on his way to Honolulu. This reporter, this typer or speaker, gave Jonathan high marks before the season started for getting a contract worth $1 million a year to hike the ball to a punter or a field goal kicker. And we think the latter two fellas are borderline athletes. But John showed his stuff by not only never hiking the ball too high or too low, but he also had 8 tackles. I think that tied him with Jadae Clowney, and 1 fumble recovery. That put him ahead of 27 other guys on the roster who tried to do the same but didn't. And if that wasn't enough, John was asked to join the All-Pros by the guy who coaches the Packers. You know, the guy who wasn't sure Larry Fitzgerald still had it? John's wife Amanda is proud. She's also a lawyer and communications director for Super Bowl Houston. How did she get that job? I gotta go. No dumping the blogger. This is Craig Robertson. You've been listening to the Daily Craig.